Today I get to show you guys my stretching and mobility routines that I do before and after I train. I'm really excited to show you guys this. I've stretched so much. I have tight hips, I have tight Achilles, I have no shoulder mobility, which I really need to work on.
So I'm just gonna jump right into it pretty much. First thing I like to do is I like to roll out. So I'll roll out my upper back, my lower back, lower lumbar. I'll get my glute. I really like to get where my sacrum meets my ilium. That's called your SI joint. I really like to get that area because it's a really sensitive area. I'll get my IT band, which I don't actually show. It attaches at your hip all the way down to your knee, runs along the lateral side of your legs. So next I like to roll out my adductors, and I'll get my quads a little bit, get my hamstrings a little bit. I like to use the hand roller for this because it's a lot easier than using the big foam roller. So I like to do my calves and Achilles and ankles first. Usually I'll set my foot up against a wall and stretch out my calves, and then I'll move to this, which is for my Achilles and my ankle mobility. You get a small stool, resistance band. Pretty much you sit here for about 2 to 3 minutes because that's how long it takes to make change to soft tissue. You want to work on really shoving your knee forward. It's fine if your knee goes over your toe as long as you don't feel any pain in your knee. So moving on to hips, I do this for my hip flexors. You have hip flexors in the front of your pelvis and also that tie into your lower back. So here you need to make sure that you don't arch your lower back. You need to keep your core tight. So I'm going to show you the incorrect way to do it. Right here, that's incorrect. You don't want to arch your lower back, and you also don't want to lean forward like this because it really takes away from the stretch. So keep your core nice and tight the whole time, and you'll get a really good stretch in your hip flexors. So then what I'll do is I'll grab a resistance band and I'll put it around my leg. This is really good to just add extra pressure, get you deeper into the stretch. With this also, you really want to keep your core tight and your back flat. Okay, so now I switch positions and I put it on the opposite side of my leg, so the resistance is going the opposite direction. And also make sure that your foot is directly behind your knee, not out to the side. With this one, you get your anterior hip flexors a lot more.
Good morning, everyone. So I decided to film the rest of this video outside. So you might not be able to tell right now, but I'm sitting in a boat in my driveway. So, okay, stretching. Flexibility is muscles, mobility is joints. Dynamic stretching before I work out, and then I do static stretching after. I do dynamic stretching before because it gets your heart beating, your blood flowing, gets all of your joints nice and warm so that when you work out, you're less prone to injury. Then static stretching after, because that's when you can actually break down the soft tissue and really increase your flexibility, increase your mobility. So yeah, that's the end of my lower body stretching routine thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.